Hey guys, thanks for listening to the Spiritual Grind. We hope you enjoy it, and don't forget to follow, hit the little bell for your notifications when the podcast is posted, and follow, and share with your friends. We hope you enjoy it. Leave a comment if there's any topics that you want us to speak about.
Like, follow, share.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jenny. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Spiritual Grind. We're here again in studio. Dr. Jenny and myself. It's our studio.
Good morning.
It's our cockpit studio.
Cockpit studio.
The cockpit.
The cockpit.
In the front of our motorhome, which we're loving it.
Loving it.
Having a good time. We have a Winnebago Adventurer 37F Gold Crowned Series motorhome.
Yeah.
Class A.
It's fun.
We enjoy it.
It is.
Anyway, so we've had a fun journey today. That's not my topic today.
It's actually good afternoon.
Yeah, it is actually good afternoon. We've been having to run around all day because my computer decided to quit working. And when you're in the process of developing a whole bunch of stuff like video for the podcast and websites and the Shopify store and blah, and a whole lot of stuff.
Right.
Computer going out is
not beneficial.
Not beneficial.
No.
Nothing about it was. No.
It was a good little computer.
Let me refrain. It did not go out. I turned it into an old man. It could not function anymore. It was saying he's too old and he needs a walker. I had it too full. The memory was too full and it won't do anything.
Yeah.
And so
it was a tiny little memory anyway.
I took it to that's what she said. And I took it to the computer guy and he was like, yeah, no, you're done. And so new computer it was today.
Yep.
So I got me a good one. Got me a good one. I ain't got to worry about it now for a while.
Yeah, we did our research, went to a couple of different places, collected our data, and then
shopped prices and
made our decision.
You know what I discovered? For the same amount of money, you can go to one of these used computer places that build their own computers and all that stuff and actually get a better computer for less money.
For sure, yeah.
And it does come with a guarantee. It comes with a warranty, 90-day warranty.
Right. And I think while we were there, one of the things that came up was remembering not to judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I agree.
Because you were kind of analyzing, okay, which one do I want? And you were reading what kind of computer it was.
Yeah.
But remembering that the inside's been completely redone.
Yeah, it was completely like the one I got is an IBM Linux ThinkPad, and it's like massively fast now because I had him upgrade the RAM while we were there.
Right.
Too. And so now it's got twice as much
RAM.
RAM.
And we didn't do it from a place of, oh my gosh, we don't have enough money to just go buy a new one.
Right. No, we went. We went with the budget.
We went with a budget. Yeah. We went and we did look at new versus refurbished and collected our information.
We did.
And
it was interesting.
Decided on a
we went to one place, I'm not going to name off any names, and I looked at a computer. And it was $769 just for a desktop for the tower.
Right.
And then I go to another place and I find the exact same computer. Identical. Name brand. Everything is identical for $399.
Yeah.
That's just a tower, of course. That didn't come with the keyboard or any of that. And I was like, curious. And it had the high-end processor in it. And so we looked around and I looked on ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said there was this computer place down here at the flea market that the guy refurbishes, and he had like 1,200 reviews and 4.91 average. And so I looked him up and we went down there and he wasn't there anymore.
No, he wasn't. We're not sure what that journey was about.
Yeah. And then I looked it up and it said that he had moved in town and then renamed his shop.
Yeah.
And it came up with two. And then but then we meet another guy here and he said, no, he wasn't him. So I assume it's his other guy. that did it before him. And so
maybe.
But anyway, so we got this new computer that's better than the $759 one that I priced.
Yeah.
For a third of what that price was.
Right.
And so I'm like, wow, and it's got the high-end processor, and I mean, it doesn't have a terabyte of storage, which who needs a terabyte of storage? Nowadays, everything's web-based. So you have clouds, and you don't, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you need a terabyte for something if you're a gamer, maybe.
That's above my pay grade.
But anyway, so I'm going to set it all up after this podcast and see how it goes.
Very excited.
I think the main part of that was realizing that things happen sometimes, and not understanding how it got manifested into my reality is not always as important as working through that process properly. Not understanding, I mean, it's like, yeah, my computer went out. Why? Why did my computer stop? Why did I bring this into my reality?
Right.
And sometimes that's not as important as making sure that you do the right thing next.
Right.
Like a lot of people would have got mad, punched the screen. That would have been me 20 years ago.
Or gotten mad and said, F it, I'm going down to buy a new one. They end up with a
paperweight in a year,
$1,000 or $2,000 computer that they didn't necessarily need all the bells and whistles, versus stopping and saying, okay, what's the goal? What's the agenda? What do we want to spend on it?
Yeah,
we kind of make a game out of it.
Yeah, and like that one guy, he was like trying to sell me the best that they had on the market, and it was
at the store,
and it was a gaming one, and it was an open box special, and it was still like $1,400. The computer that we just bought is equal to it.
Right.
And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" The only thing difference is it had a terabyte of storage, and this one doesn't have a full terabyte. It's like 580 something.
Yeah, and it was a quarter of the price.
Yeah, less than a quarter.
Definitely.
But anyway, so what made me discover is just because it's new or just because it's at a name brand store don't mean it's the best thing on the market.
Well, I think the other discovery in that was you were spending all that time waiting for the computer to work.
Oh my God, I spent 2 weeks.
You got on my computer. Yeah. And everything was so much faster.
Oh my gosh. I have been like doing designs for the store and putting the books together that we're publishing and doing all this stuff. And we use multiple different things like Adobe and Canva. And, there's many things that we use for designing these things. And I couldn't get my computer to work the other day. I think that was Tuesday morning. And I got on Jenny's computer, which is right there, which y'all can see. And
unless you take it away when you do the video.
And then I was like, wow, because Jenny's computer is brand new, and it's top of the line. It's got everything. It's got a terabyte of storage. It's got 38 gigabytes of RAM or 32 gigabytes of RAM. It's like extremely fast. And I thought these sites that we were using were like, I thought, using AI and generating pictures and videos and doing these things I thought it was the software that was slowing everything down until I got on her computer, and it was like, bam. I was like, wow.
Right.
I have spent so much time doing this stuff, and how much time, wow. I got like 4 things done in a matter of 10 minutes on your computer. Right. That would have took me all day on mine.
Yeah, I think the takeaway from that is number one, you don't know what you don't know.
Right, I didn't know. Yeah.
And so if things are slower, then it's a good idea to look at all 360 degrees of it.
Agreed.
And if it's slow because it's a physical attribute, then it's okay to give yourself permission to upgrade your tools.
Agreed.
To get the agenda done, because that can take away the joy.
Yes.
If it's something, and I know for me, that's why I have the kind I have, because if I sit down to do something that I enjoy, which is writing or creating whatever I'm creating, if my tool is inconvenient or misbehaving, boom, it takes me right out of that moment of joy. It brings me right into that frustration frequency.
Right.
And I don't want to do it anymore.
That's what happened to me this morning. You got in the shower. I'm going to go sit down and work on the stuff for the store. And I sat down and the computer wouldn't do crap. And I was just like, all right, okay, whatever. And I started to get on your computer, and then I was like, what if she needs it? Because I know you were talking about doing some things today.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, that just leaves me sitting here twiddling my damn thumbs because it literally wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't do nothing. And so I was like, okay, let me grab the tiddlywinks and go sit down on the floor and call my friends over. Right. And I'll play tiddlywinks in the floor.
The cats won't even play with you because their nap time is now.
Right. They were gone. Yeah, they weren't even around. but the whole point of it was, for me, was like, okay, I was at first frustrated, and I went into that. Why is this? Why did I put this in my reality?
Yeah.
And then,
for sure.
And then I realized, there's not who cares? Because knows a lot more than I do.
Right.
And so there's a reason for it. There's a reason why it happened. Who knows? It could be down the road. Maybe this computer, who knows?
Right.
And it's not as important for me to realize that, hey, I didn't really create this. But there's a reason that Spirit's saying, okay, it's time for you to do something different with this.
Well, just to clarify, you did create it, but
yes,
the knowing why you created it, if it's not blatantly obvious right then you either don't need to know it right now. It was just used. It was just used to get you motivated to go in the direction of the direction that you were supposed to go, or you've got some sort of belief to look at.
I didn't. Did you hear her? She said that I created it.
Yeah, you did.
She did that.
No, you created that in your reality. But it's a good example of...
That's what it sounded like in my head. This make clear. You created it. What?
The hell you say?
But to me, it was like almost Spirit reaching. I could just picture Spirit reaching their hand out and saying, "Look, come on, I got you. Let's go."
Right. I created it just to get you going in a different direction.
Yeah. And something had to change. And so
that's right.
And I was probably because I've been trying to get all this stuff done and feel like it's taking forever. Yeah. And now I know why.
Right.
Because it was taking forever.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that one day I got like 3 or 4 things done and I was like, that's it. You know?
Right.
Normally I would have completed everything.
Yeah.
And then when I was trying to do the store, get that developed and up and running and set up, wow, what a difference that was. What a difference that is, because like the speed, because I was waiting most of the time for images and for products to pop up, and I would click on a product and it would be, you see the little spinny thing.
Do, 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 do.
20 minutes later.
Right.
And then suddenly it pops up. And then when you go to change anything and save it, and sometimes it wouldn't even save. It would just like spin itself out until I had to do it twice.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm excited to set my new computer up.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited for you. Anyway, so what's the topic today?
Well, I thought the topic, okay, so this is a topic that comes up in our reality a lot, and it comes up in a lot of people's reality, and I think we really need to talk about it.
Okay.
Is when you're in a committed relationship with somebody.
Is that what we're calling it now?
We're married. Sorry, you can't get rid of me that easy. I have a piece of paper on the wall. Well, it's not on the wall, but it's somewhere. But, we come with baggage. And we talked about this on our podcast before, how we spilled it all out there.
Most
we
people
bring baggage.
Do.
Yeah, they all do. But if they don't recognize that they're baggage and they think they're perfect, then buyer beware.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we all have patterns, programs, and beliefs that aren't serving us anymore that we have a tendency to hang on to.
Yep.
And one topic that comes up a lot, and it came up when I was doing the counseling with the couple back in the Bay Area, and I know it's come up with you, and that is expectations on one topic. And that is sex.
Ooh, yeah.
It is a
That is a
very entailed, deep subject.
Yeah.
And so, my topic of the day is spiritual sex. Let's be real about it. It's time to be real about sex and what sex is.
Yeah.
I was raised a couple of ways and I was taught a couple of ways. I was raised, that like my parents, they've been together over 60 years.
Can we say sex on the radio?
Yeah, you can.
You can.
Just can't put it in the description.
And
we're not on the radio, by the way. It's called freedom of speech, love. We can say anything we want to on here. We just can't put it in the description because typing it is not speaking it.
So what do you have to do? Like put a little character?
Put a little character in there between the S and the X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they can't take our freedom of speech away.
Oh, okay.
So when you go into a relationship and you have the baggage, people come into the sexual side. Like I was saying, I was raised with taught beliefs and then later on learned beliefs.
Yeah.
Like my parents, I know my mom has never been with another man ever, just my dad, and they've been together over 60 years.
Yeah, you don't really look like everybody else, so that's questionable.
I know, right?
I'm kidding.
I wondered that myself, actually. I wondered if I wasn't related to my Uncle Gary.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
I don't know. Anyway, so maybe the milkman. And remember, that was a joke back in the day.
Right.
You must be the milkman's kid.
Right.
And my friends growing up used to say that too. You don't look nothing like your parents or your brother. Why are you adopted? I don't know how many times I got asked that. I'm like, I don't know, maybe. And I've always thought so much different than them. Who knows?
We digress.
Yeah.
I was kidding.
Digress. But then as we age and we grow older, like especially I'm going to talk for the boys and the men. As we grow up with three things that we get taught. A is the size of your member makes a big difference.
Okay.
And B, the more you use it, the better you are.
Okay.
That's how we were taught back in my day. Now, it may have changed a little bit now. And then the third thing is if you don't use it, it'll fall off. That used to be a joke. Seriously, that was a joke back in the day. I heard that from everybody in my family.
I snorted.
and then it used to be a big deal to masturbate. If you masturbate, you're bad. Oh my God, you're gonna go green hair in the palm of your hand.
Oh,
And they would do that just to see if you were masturbating because you would go, "No, I'm not." I mean, what?
right.
But sex comes with all sorts of different negative topics behind it.
Yeah.
And the reality of sex is it's very easily defined.
Much different than it was 100 years ago.
Oh yeah, I know. Sex is really used for two things: pleasure and procreation.
Yeah.
And that's the only benefit of it. Now we use it. Now society uses it in all different ways, and this is where all the confusion comes in.
Right.
We use it to sell things.
Yeah.
They use sexuality to sell things, to pronoun things, which is, look, I'm not talking about negative about pronouns at all. I don't care what you are, as long as you're spiritual and true and honest and have morals and ethics. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. They use sex to manipulate realities. Gets used.
Yeah.
And so it confuses things.
For control.
They use sex for control in a lot of ways. And it has confused a lot of things along the way. And when we don't look at old beliefs, patterns and programs and what's not serving us and what is serving us, it can cause some ruckus in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, like for me, from the female perspective, we were taught that it's the kind of from the June Cleaver era, I suppose, because for me, a lot of my stuff came from my grandparents from that era. Okay. The belief for the female is that it's their job to keep their man happy.
Is a what?
Sexually.
It's a duty.
It's
an assignment. It's a checklist.
Yeah. It's a chore. It's a chore list.
Clean the house, get the kids to school, pack their lunches, send him off to work in the morning with his lunch so he can come home in the evening for a hot cooked meal on the bed, give the kids a bath, feed the kids, give the kids a bath, do the homework with the kids, put the kids to bed, and serve your husband.
Sex.
Sex.
Yeah.
Even if it's just 30 seconds.
Right. 2-pump chump. And
that's another thing that we were taught as men is if you can't go a long time, and then you're useless and nobody enjoys it but you.
Yeah.
And that used to be my joke.
Right.
Satisfy myself is all I worry about.
The other thing that females are taught when you get older, and not necessarily from a parental standpoint, but from friends, you get taught that you can use sex as a form of manipulation towards the male culture.
Totally.
And so
females
are out there and they use it to manipulate situations.
Listen, if that didn't happen,
different directions.
Well, yeah, if that didn't happen, there wouldn't be websites out there like Sugar Baby.
Yeah.
We saw that show that night on that girl whatever show that we were watching, where that girl was like 22 and she was seeing a 70-year-old guy but not having sex.
Right.
But he was paying her $5,000 a month and paying her rent and give her a car, and come on. That's just up. And so she was using sex to manipulate this guy.
Yeah, of course. 100%.
And so it can cause some ruckus in your world. Sex is a very entailed topic.
It can definitely cause some confusion.
Right.
Especially when you go into a committed relationship and you find yourself wanting to free up your hard drive. And
there's a joke in that somewhere. Let me free up my hard drive.
No, I mean your other hard drive, this one.
Oh, okay.
The head.
I thought you meant lower the zipper. Anyway.
No, when you get to a place where you are looking for just authenticity and you don't, like for me, I kept, and even to this day, it keeps kind of trying to pop up, and I still struggle with it, of being the wifely duty. Yeah. And here's the rest of that, if you don't take care of your man at home, men always want sex. So if you don't take care of him at home, he is going to find it somewhere. And it's not by means of his own self, is what we're taught. We're taught that there's other females out there that will snag him out from underneath you and tend to his business if you don't.
Right. No,
right?
I don't understand.
So it's a fear-based template that we do. And so a lot of times what happens then for the female is it takes away the ability to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes away the ability to really tune into that individual on like an energetic connection type place, or even just allowing sex to feel good in your own body and knowing what that feels like in your physical body, because you're so focused on it being about him and getting the chore done that it causes you to look at it in a much different way.
Yeah, and that's and from coming from the man side of that, when it becomes, well, put yourself in the man's shoes. You're walking into the scenario, and every single day the same thing happens. Every third day, sex is involved or whatever it is, because people get in these weird routines and they do weird things. In my opinion,
but that's why, because if the female is being taught that we have to meet this agenda of providing sex for the male so we can perform our wifely duty.
That way he won't go keep his belly full and his balls drained.
Right. Oh my God, that sounds awful.
That's what I've heard. I've heard old ladies tell that to their daughters. I've heard that before.
Yeah, exactly. And so we have in our mind, even on a subconscious level, a time clock going.
Yeah.
And if it's been so long, what I'm working on, and I'll talk about me, what I am having to work on is coming out of that pattern.
Yeah.
And not allowing this time clock, which I don't even know what the time frequency is, one day, 1 week. Like, I can't even tell you, but there's a certain point in that where my nervous system throws up red flags and says, oh my God, I know it's been a minute. I got to go into wifely duty mode and make sure that his needs are met. And I kind of go into this panic mode state where I've got to like tone it back down. Like,
and God forbid that you're the guy in that scenario, because when that kind of thought happens with your wife, if you're focused on doing other things, you are suddenly doing bad things.
Yeah, for sure.
It causes monkey mind issues.
It does, 100%. And, back in the day, it was much worse than it is now, I feel like, because then it would be everything was a red flag.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? He went to the store to pick up a loaf of bread. I know I've gone with him and it takes 10 minutes and it's been
13.
Right? Ridiculous.
That means he's got time to stop by, see a girl, kiss her, get back in the car, drive home, and be 3-4 minutes late.
Right, exactly. And your monkey mind's not even taking into consideration red lights, green lights,
the line at the checkout,
the logical logistics of actually getting there being a long line. Like, yeah.
Like when I was, that does come up a lot. Like when I was doing the couples counseling back in the Bay with that couple, I won't name their names. And he brought up about cheating. And because she did 15 years ago. And I said, okay, so she cheated 15 years ago.
But not on him.
That's where I was going next. You spoiled it.
I'm sorry, spoiler alert.
And I said, so she cheated on you 15 years ago? No, it wasn't with me.
Oh, so you're convicting her. Where's your noise?
What?
I feel like you need a noise for that.
like
push one of those buttons.
Oh. So you're worried constantly about this woman cheating because she cheated 15 years ago. And by the way, she's only 33. 16 years ago, whatever. She was like 17. She cheated on her boyfriend. And she told him the story because she was trying to have full disclosure. Never cheated on him, but because of that scenario that she told him in full disclosure, he has now controlled every bit of her life for over 14 years. Like tracing her on the phone. If it's 30 or 45 minutes without a call, he's, on this phone. And I'm just like, bro, you're psychotic in this scenario.
But the weird thing about it to me is that why is she letting him do that?
Well, that's where I got to that a little later on. But the thing that I wanted to bring the attention of that is he was allowing sex and the thought of sex and the thought of her having sex with somebody else.
Totally control
his conscious mind.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like everything he did was based around when she got off. When, it was all like this whole day he did was more worried about what she was doing other than accomplishing his goals in life.
Almost like husband stalker.
Yeah, it was an odd situation.
Yeah, but it happens.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's out there.
And it took me 60 days to get him to actually stop and say, maybe I am. And I'm like,
maybe this is not a logical behavior.
Maybe this is not healthy, because he was like having heart problems and all sorts of crap at like 30.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder.
Yeah.
You're creating a reality of a broken heart. And so why are you having heart problems?
Right.
Because you think she's going to do something to you.
Yeah.
And so the whole scenario for me and sex and the taught, because he was taught that way. And then I find out later that he was exposed to multiple times of his dad cheating on his mother.
Right. I was going to say, if you come out of the gate as a child having kind of a wonky perspective or definition that you're taught, it's a rough ride.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what happened with me in my situation.
Yeah.
I came out of the gate going into the pre-adult age very confused about what a relationship is supposed to be, because unlike you, my parental situation was very, very different.
Yeah.
My parents divorced the first time whenever I was 7-ish. Then they got back together and remarried and then divorced. They did that.
And then married somebody else and we're still going back to each other to have sex.
Well, they remarried each other several times before they did the final, like, that's it. And then what happened is they were having sex with each other in a hidden format, and we came home and caught them. Wah, wah, wah.
Did you say caught them?
Yes.
As in like eyeball to eyeball?
Yes.
Reverse cowgirl
Full
looking at you
stroke.
coming in the front door.
Yes.
Holy cow.
Yes. Mind warping, full stroke, caught them. But
You said full stroke.
the queer place about it, the hard to digest place about it was they were both, my mother was actually remarried.
Yeah.
And my father was dating an individual. So they were in other
Relationships.
committed relationships. So
I guess you know what to say.
tell me you
if
need
the D's
therapy
good, they go back.
without telling me you need therapy, right?
Yeah, totally.
So I went into adulthood not really even knowing what that is truly supposed to be.
Right.
Screwed up. I just knew going into it that I didn't want that.
Yeah.
It didn't feel right, maybe, or something. There was something about that I didn't want.
Yeah. Understood.
I wanted it to look differently.
I had some screwed up views about sex as I aged.
But I also didn't want to. I'm a big contender of I don't want to box someone in and take away their freedom to move about their journey as they see fit with these weird, staunch, dumbass, societally taught nonsensical things.
Right.
And so I wanted someone that would, I guess, work through even the sex or the relationship or the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I can give that person the freedom to incorporate other beings. We just have to talk about it.
Okay.
And
so in other words, you're saying that you were willing to be open-minded about things, and
well, I mean, even now, you and I talked
totally.
about
Yeah,
it.
totally. Yeah,
I'm open to other ideas, but I want to have a full disclosure conversation first.
Yeah, totally.
About it.
And then the reality of that subject for a lot of people is very faux pas.
Yeah.
Because, like, oh my God, because listen, when men were cavemen,
they had several partners.
And there are still religions at this day that have 7 or 8 wives.
Of course.
But the thing is our religions, our Western religion has taught people sex is not natural. And because sex is a natural instinct in all humans, men, women, whatever your gender is, it doesn't matter. It's a natural instinct to do. Cats do it, dogs do it, and all the animals do it. We're all an animal. We are warm-blooded critters. And that's what we do. When you are procreating, when you're in that stage.
Yeah.
And there becomes a point in your life where you quit procreating, and so it's about pleasure. And sometimes when you are procreating, it's just about pleasure.
Right.
And coming to the understanding of the full beliefs, like for me, for us as kids, we were taught it was a conquering thing.
For the guy?
For the guy.
For the male species.
Oh my God, you see that girl over there, bro? I'm taking that one home tonight.
That's my trophy for the evening.
Right. It became about conquering. And then it becomes about, especially if you have that void inside like I did, which if you read in my book, The Unlocked, that I'm about to release, you'll know that I searched for a very long time for this void that I had.
Yeah.
And it caused me to do some stupid things. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, whatever, the old football stuff. Mm-hmm. I did some crazy things. But sex to me was always more about the conquering than it was the pleasure. And it wasn't until I met you that I could take that off my plate, because she made it completely open to cheat. And so, you know what? It's kind of like telling a kid that you can have all the ding dongs you want, and you put 50 boxes of ding dongs in the closet. About box or 2 in, they're kind of done eating ding dongs. And so it took that conquering mindset away, and that's okay for me. It is for the first time in my life. I'm pretty peaceful when it comes to sex inside of me.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a performance-based thing.
Right.
Which, for me, I'm looking for a more of an authentic, energetic exchange of interaction and energy.
Right. I agree. Yeah.
It's not about
more of a natural flow, and that's not about I smell something.
Right. And on the female side, it wasn't about conquering.
Right.
Well, now I say that, I'll tell you, like in high school, it could have been about conquering, like if you're,
well, I know women that conquered.
Sleep with the captain of the football team. For the female,
you
and you're not part of the cheer team or in that loop.
Yeah.
It is definitely. It's like, oh, I can put that one on my belt, even as a female.
Oh, yeah.
Guess who I slept with?
Yep.
Captain of the football.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at me.
Yeah, I know a lot of women that did that and use it to conquer things.
Well, and even in their adult life.
Yeah.
If
still to this day, I know women that have done it to conquer things.
Well, yeah, being able to notch their belt with famous people or famous sports people, or
I remember when I became a restaurant owner,
the sexy one in the group, group of women together that go to the bar and play and
so why is that? Answer that question.
What question?
Why is it when a group of women go to the bar, there's normally 3 of them,
right?
There's a good looking one, there's the chubby one, and then there's the one that's never had sex before that is the designated driver. Why do women do that?
Why do those 3 come together?
Yeah, why is it always that? It's like it's that role. I've been asked this question by guys before. That's why I'm asking.
I think that particular scenario that you're putting forth is more of a,
because in the guys' world it's called the wingman thing.
A wingman.
Yeah.
Yeah, for girls, we don't really talk about it. We don't it's not like we go around and say, okay, we're looking for the fat girl in our group and you look like you might be kind of fun. Do you want to come be the fat girl in our group? Like, it's not like we don't do that.
Yeah. And no offense, we're not being judgmental, by the way, as you can tell.
The nerdy, I've never had sex person in the group. So I'm looking for somebody to carry that. I think what happens is that you've got that confident, good looking female, and if she's not altogether healthy, what happens is she'll unconsciously
attract those she views as weaker or lower.
Right, because it's an energetic exchange, and the relationships get created this way. So let me take you to a rabbit hole place right quick.
I really thought we were going to get through this one without going to rabbit hole, but that's okay.
No, never. Listen, I tell you, very beginning, pack your carrot sandwiches. You never know when you're going down the rabbit hole. So it's a subconscious thing that happens in the female world. We don't go to each other and say, hey, can you be my wingman tonight?
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. We don't even talk about it. It just kind of happens.
Me and my buddies just be like, wingmen for life.
Yeah. No, we don't. So what happens is society has built the image of the perfect woman.
Agreed.
They're a certain body build. They have a certain features about them.
And thank God they've changed that, by the way.
Well,
they're getting there. Target's trying.
They're trying for sure. And it definitely is good to see.
Yeah, totally.
So what that does is each female will perceive themselves in a certain way, and it's never matches that image.
Right.
So what it does is it whittles away at their self-worth, their confidence, their body image, and that holds an energetic frequency.
Yeah.
So they will naturally be drawn to those people, females, that align with how they see themselves.
Okay.
So if they're not 6 foot and, 19 pounds model material, because they're 22 pounds,
Yeah.
they can see themselves as heavy.
Yeah.
And they don't want somebody that's 19 pounds hanging around with them.
Understood.
So they become friends with someone that's 25 pounds.
Yeah, I get it.
The fat girl, right?
It's an ego thing.
But it's not on a conscious level. They don't
I get
go
it.
out and consciously, what do you call it when you...
Right. And so I hope everybody understands that we're not judging people by their size. We're just giving you scenarios based on
how it
questions
happens.
that we've had as coaches and counselors, and what we have witnessed over the years. And what I meant earlier by saying, the mixture of the three is because that scenario actually happens to this day a lot still.
It does.
And I got asked here right before we left the Bay Area to come over here about why does that always happen?
Right. And even the girl that's the virgin and is the smart one, that still is an energetic, it's an energetic thing.
Mm-hmm.
They bring that one in because the pretty girl is usually the dingy blonde or the ding dong that doesn't have a brain. The pretty ones don't have the brain. So they start to buy into that concept that society has shoved in our face.
And
if you are smart, you usually dumb it down because we're taught that guys don't want us to be smarter than them because it's not an attractive feature.
Okay.
That's the caveat there.
Yeah.
We're taught that if we're too smart, then guys won't want us around.
Yeah, you were taught. I think that's
puff up the king macho entity persona of the man.
Yeah.
And I know you like to think that it's changed.
Well, I think a lot of that has changed. A lot of things. Like I just read that email I got the other day because ever since I did the research for the Merck Centers, I get these emails from the university studies and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And from 91 to 2000, the average number of high school graduates, percentage-wise, that were graduating as a virgin was less than 20%.
Okay.
20 to 2010, it had moved up to almost 30%. And they're saying now from 2010 to 2020 that it's up in almost 50% range.
Good.
And so progress there. But the crazy part about this thing,
it's not because we want them to be virgins. It's because the females have taken it off their chore list.
Well, that's what I was about to get to.
You
may be speaking out of turn.
If and when I want to.
Right.
Not because I think that I have to have sex with you to make you love me or to make you want to hang on to me
it's
or
not a
be
chore. Right.
in a relationship with me or be married to me because I'm willing to have sex with you on the frequency that you want me to have. Frequency meaning once a day, twice a day, once a week, 3 times a week, whatever that number is.
But the caveat of that study that I was reading, the number of men has went down and the number of women has came up that aren't virgins. So the men that are keeping their virginity more and women are keeping their virginity less, but the overall number has went up.
I see.
When it comes to comparing the percentages. And so and that's actually a very good thing, I think. Because just like you said, now we're in a different mindset.
We're in a different
that
matrix.
You will have sex when you want to have sex. And it's not a chore. It's not something you got to do to make somebody love you.
Yeah.
And it is not there to manipulate.
Right.
It is there to procreate or pleasure.
Yeah.
And it is okay if you're an adult.
It's okay either way.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. It's okay to have sex. It's okay not to have sex. It's okay to be balanced.
Right. I think another topic is that we as a society need to get more comfortable talking about this 3-letter word that's so taboo.
Yeah,
because in relationships, it is a topic kind of like finances.
Yeah.
It's a hard topic for a lot of people to talk about, especially with their partner.
It wasn't for me.
Which is it's got some irony wrapped in it because this person, your partner, has been in places that are very vulnerable.
Yeah.
But yet you can't open your mouth and talk about them.
Yeah.
That seems a little screwy to me.
I agree.
But I get it. It can cause, it can cause arguments. It can cause conflict, especially if the other person's not healthy and whole about it. It can put everybody in a defensive place very quickly.
Yeah.
Especially if in the man's bubble, there's, what did you mention? If there's like a size confidence issue.
Confidence issue, yeah.
Or if there's
if you're not big enough, they don't want you anyway.
Right. If there's some of those baggages.
Not once did they ever teach me that the average size of the American male is 5.5 inches.
And you know what they teach on the female side?
Almost been average for at least 20 years.
Like we've been reading the ruler wrong for decades.
This is 12 inches.
Because they've been teaching us that 5.5 inches is like this. The men have. And listen, ladies, we have woken up and we know that 5.5 is really this size, right? Just kidding.
No, and that's really what this whole thing is about. It's about openness to talking about it in any way without offending anybody.
Well, now hold on a second. Being able to openly, freely talk about it and not worry about offending.
Right.
Because in a conversation, if someone gets offended in the conversation, it's the person who's getting offended that has the problem.
I agree.
Like in mine and your situation, if I'm talking openly and freely and you get offended, it's you that needs to look at the baggage, not me.
Now, let me throw a little disclaimer out there. That does not count at work. If you have a job and you open it, you have to be, let's not do that at work because it can be an HR issue for you.
What, talking about sex?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't talk about sex at work.
Yeah, and just remember that if you overhear a sexual conversation at work, it is an HR issue. But anyway.
It is, but
if it doesn't really offend you, don't make nothing of it for no reason.
It's not your freaking business.
Stay in your bubble, man.
Like get out of everybody's freaking bubble.
Right.
That's another thing that the world would be much better off if people just stayed to their own freaking bubble.
And the sex topic, I think that we'll continue on. We'll do a part 2 for sex because, spiritual sex, there's so much to sex. There's beliefs behind it. Like we're opening up in some now, but the main part about sex is being able to talk about it. Talk about sex, every aspect of it with your partner, with your kids, because it's so important to teach them the right things in life, which the conversation that I never got that when I was growing up.
No, yeah, I didn't either. I learned about sex from my friends at school who learned about sex from God knows where.
I learned it from sneaking into my dad's locker and reading Playboy magazine and watching videos that were the VHS tapes.
Right, but if you did that as a girl, you were like the freaky tease that was like it wasn't okay for girls to do that same thing in our era. It was very like you're not very ladylike. You're a slut.
Oh my God.
You
watch hoe.
What? You read what? Oh my God, you're such a tease. You're such a slut.
Yeah,
it was not okay.
I used to call you something mattress. What? I used to call me girls like that.
It wasn't like a one word. It was like a phrase.
Yeah,
you carry your mattress on your back,
or mattress something. I don't remember, but
mattress Maggie.
But the whole purpose behind all this is getting it started and open. Is first of all talk about the beliefs and be able to openly talk about sex.
Yeah,
but with your mate, with your kids, with whoever.
Right.
Because sex is sex. It is what it is, man. Right. We all do it. Just like masturbation, we all do it. Yeah. And if anybody tells you they don't masturbate, they liars.
There's definitely a song about that.
And
I think coming into the relationship, that needs to be part of the negotiation.
Agreed. I agree.
Like, where are you in your sex section of your life pie?
Yeah, I agree.
What do you want that to look like? Where are you at? so that you can decide if you're on the same level with each other.
Agree.
Because when you don't have that conversation, you're not on the same level, it causes a point of contention, a possible point of contention.
I agree.
And then it just fully starts to feed into the, you're not satisfying my needs. That's what the man says. And then the female's like, oh my God, I'm not satisfying his needs. He's going to dump me. He's going to drop me. And it further feeds into that.
Well, and the side of that too is, you know how many times we men, when we get in having sex and the woman faked it. And so we thought we did it right.
Right. Exactly.
Because
that's another big one.
If any man says they can tell if you're faking it, they're lying.
That's right. Because then,
especially if you're good at faking it,
it gives them false data.
It does.
And they then think that what they did worked.
Yes.
And so they're going to go back and try that again because they want to provide pleasure for you and them.
Yeah.
And
I think
if it didn't work and you fake it, you're just giving them false data, and you're going to have to relive that over and over.
I think we should really talk about this topic on a couple of podcasts and get into it deep.
And over again. And did I say over again?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. You said it like 3 times.
So it's a must. You have to tell him, as a female, you have to be able to tell him, yeah, you know what? I love you so much, but whatever you're doing,
that ain't working.
It's not really working for me. Can we try something different?
Right.
Or if you're not able to have that type of conversation, create a word. Create a,
wasabi
hand signal. There's got to be some indication of being able to say,
right,
I don't really care for that. Can we try something different?
Correct.
Or on the other side of that, if he is doing something that you like,
wasabi. That's the safe word is wasabi. I was just playing. If it don't feel good, you go wasabi. If you really liked it, you can say wasabi. But hey, we've got to close this up. We're getting long here. So listen, pay attention. We will bring up this topic again because this could be a long series. Spiritual sex and the topic, because I think it's an important thing in today's world to really bring up because it's not on the forefront anymore. You don't hear a lot of people talking about it.
No.
And you definitely don't hear parents talking to kids. Now they're teaching it in school. And if I was you, I wouldn't want my kids to learn about sex from a perfect stranger. But
well, I mean, right, but you can't. I mean, choose your battles.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, so hey guys, we do have the shop will be open. I promise you, I have a new computer now, so I will get it up and running. That is the saltytarot.myshopify.com. And we got Jenny has made some oracle cards and some tarot cards that are going to be on that shop along with our merch from the Spiritual Grind merch, and our website www.themerccenters.org. That's MERCCENTERS.org. We are on all of the channels now. We're going to start putting out video. I'm going to try to get a video posted this week, at least 1 or 2. And then, of course, we have Jenny's new book out, Scripted from Within. It is available on Amazon and KDP. And then my book is out as well, Sales Energy Method. If you're in the sales business, it will teach you a whole different way to look at sales and how to handle it differently. It, too, is on Amazon and KDP. And then pay attention. We have the Granny Grimoires coming out.
Yeah.
We have my new book called Unlocked. It's about unlocking your internal potential. And it's got my story in it. So my story might be surprising to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you got lots of things in the works.
And pay attention because, man, I think the most exciting thing for me, this is going to be lots of fun, is
you mean
the app.
Aside from the computer?
The app.
Yeah.
We have an app in
not
development.
Ready to talk about that yet.
But y'all pay attention. We'll give you more on that in the future. Don't forget to like, follow, and share. And all this is going to be all intermingled, by the way. Don't forget to like, follow, and share. And hey, leave a comment because that changes the algorithm and it really helps us. So if you listen to the podcast, put a comment down at the bottom. Tell us you hated it. I don't care. Just put something down there, or tag one of your friends in it, or if there's a topic in it that you like you could do a hashtag spiritual sex. That could be a topic.
We'll
you can see if it's a trending topic.
If there's a topic that you want to discuss or a question that you have that you want to dive deep into and go down the rabbit hole.
And for yous that don't know, I said that for yous that don't know, dog. I said that like I was from in the New York gang or something. If yous, but if you don't know, you can actually if you're on your phone, you can actually hold down the podcast and it'll pop up to the screen in the description and it has a share button. So you can hit that share button and you can put it on your Facebook if there's one you really like, and you can put it on your Instagram, anywhere you can message it to somebody.
Yeah.
All with that little share button. And that share button looks like a little arrow like this. You got a little dot in the middle right there. And you can share that with your friends.
For sure.
But anyway, so we appreciate you all listening and watching now. And don't forget to like, follow, and share. And if you'd like, comment on the difference in our tan.
Oh, that's rude. You're a cheater when it comes to that.
Hey, don't forget.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Don't forget to ring the bell.
Hey, y'all have an awesome day.
Love ya.